Hey, this is Courtney with the Highly Sensitive Badass blog and vlog, and welcome to part 2 of our series on how to shift suffering to joy. As highly sensitive people, we are really blessed, and sometimes it can feel like a curse, but really, once you learn to manage your energy more, it's truly a blessing for how deeply we can experience things. And that means both joy, but it also means suffering. And growing up, you may have also, like me, had the unfortunate experience of really being consumed by all the suffering around you. We are very sensitive to the suffering of others. We tend to be very empathic, very compassionate, and when we see someone else suffer, or an animal, like I remember as a kid, I would walk down the driveway and there were ants everywhere in the driveway, and it was like this just obstacle course for me to get to the car, from the car to my house without killing a single ant. And it was like this just terrible moment of the day where I would have to tiptoe, and if I accidentally killed an ant, I would be crushed. And one day, I love my sister, but she was walking behind me and she was like killing all the ants that I had saved, and I had like a total meltdown about this. So that's just a little story to tell you, to just kind of give you an example of what that is. Like, we are really, really caring about the suffering of others. So the great thing though is that we also feel joy, like, so deeply. You know, when we're happy, it can feel like the greatest thing in the world. We are so sensitive to beauty, to everything around us, and it's really wonderful. However, I think the trick is that, you know, I was never taught that as I was growing up, that I really needed to learn how to protect myself, to protect my energy, to really protect myself from being exposed to too much negativity that was going on around me. And I know in some way we can't hide under a rock. However, there is the opposite side of this is cultivating joy. And I think it's really important as we go through our day, and we are exposed to negativity because we can't avoid it. However, we also need to start cultivating joy like it's our job. With that said, I think that what we can start to do is really be more aware of the things that we let into our lives. And the first step is really awareness of what is entering your life. What are you allowing to enter into your energy every day? And where's the balance? Are you letting in more negativity? And is there a balance with joy? And ultimately, we want that joy to be much bigger than the negativity that we're allowing in. So the first step in kind of making the shift is to really be aware and notice what is already entering your life. Just what is happening around you right now. And once you do that, you can then make the shift to make sure you're really cultivating more positive. That's going to be the next video. But for now, I want you to go through about a week, if you can, really noticing what you're letting into your life in terms of the media you consume. There are really great ways of getting news. You don't have to get fear-based news all the time. There's a much more less emotional way to receive news and read the headlines so that you're not putting yourself into this really kind of very visual way of receiving the news. Like, watching the news is very different than reading something in print. So where are you getting your media from? Are you getting it through social media, TV, magazines? And just be aware of what you're consuming as far as media goes. So don't change it yet. Just be aware of where it's coming from. The second thing is being aware of the conversations that you have. So when you're talking to people, we come into contact with people most of the day. Some of us do. Some of us are more isolated. However, what kind of conversations are you having? Are they gossipy? Are they negative? Are you talking about other people? Are you being judgmental in your conversations? Or are you being sucked dry by other people who just dump all their stuff on you? Are you absorbing other people's negativity? So if you're letting negative people into your life, that's another area to be aware of, and as well as the conversations that you're having. And then the other thing is to pay attention to your thoughts, because we as humans tend to have a very cyclical negative thinking pattern. And this was one of the biggest shifts that made the most tremendous difference for me, is being aware of my thoughts. And then once I became aware of my thoughts, learning how to shift them so they work for me instead of against me. So those are the things I want you to start paying attention to: the thoughts you're thinking, conversations you're having, the people you're hanging out with, and then what you're letting into your life in terms of the media, just all the energy you're absorbing around you. So just watch it for now. So that's the end of part 2. So we're going to move to part 3 next. Thank you for watching. And for the full blog post, visit my website, thehighlysensitivebadass.com, and you can read about all of this. And I hope you guys have an amazing day today. I will talk to you soon. As always, I'd love to hear your comments, so please comment below. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.